Okay,
All right.
are live.
Good night, good night, good night,
Hi.
everyone. We
Hello.
are live. We're going live. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. How has your Tuesday been? It has been a hectic one for me. How about you, Jody?
Um, busy in a good way. Busy, relax, a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
If that
Yes.
makes sense.
Yes, we know it makes sense because not because you work from home means that you know have nothing to do.
Yeah.
We still
Right.
have things to
Right.
do.
Right. But
Yeah.
keep myself busy. Keep myself
Yeah,
busy.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, tonight, guys, if you're joining us, tonight we're talking all things mindset. So it's
Mm.
mindset matters.
Yeah.
And you truly may be surprised at how much your mindset shapes your day-to-day reality. And a lot of us may not have known that this is not something that we learn growing up. And tonight I have invited my coach Jody Lewis. She's the one who has introduced me to this exciting business opportunity that we have been a part of for me a little bit over a year, for her over 3 years. So
Yes.
three
Little
years,
bit
yes,
over
a
3 years.
little bit over 3 years.
Yeah.
Um, yes, start. I don't want to share her entire story. I can let her share her story herself. But just to introduce you to who we're speaking with, you know, Jody has been in this opportunity a little bit over 3 years, retired 2 years after being working in the healthcare industry. And
Mm.
now, you know, she has become I would term her as an expert in the mindset field because she's doing courses, she's studying courses, and now, guys, she's offering even mindset workshops. So if
Yes.
you are out there and you want some help with the mindset, she's the person. She is the person. So you get in touch with her to build that mindset, guys. But we're talking everything mindset tonight, and I'm going to allow her to greet you guys and tell you a little bit about herself. Go ahead, Jody.
Yes. Hi everyone, what's going on? So as Christina said, my name is Jody. Born a yard, born Jamaican, came to the United States in 2010. Like most people will come foreign for a better life, better opportunity. And that's why I came. But only to find out that I would have been working extremely hard, um and it was not something that I saw myself doing. Yes, I wanted to earn money and make a living, but not tooth and nail, not grinding to the point where I am just exhausted and don't have a life for myself, right? And that's exactly the predicament that I was in, working as a caregiver, living caregiver. um and I said to myself, there must be better out there. But for me, I chose to go back to school because of that them teach we say we must do get a degree, we
Mhm.
get a better job, we get a big more money. But um there were other plans for me, right? God had other plans for me. So my mother stumbled upon this business on YouTube. She brought it to my attention, and then I said to her that this is a scam. No, like most of we, when anything to do with online, we always brush it off and say, this is not for me
Sure.
because, yeah, we don't want nobody take advantage of it. And it's all because we don't know that much about online things most of the time. So we always shrug it off. But
Mhm.
she encouraged me to check it out and see if it is something that, I could get into, we can get into. And I did not take heed to what she said right away. But a few
Mhm.
days after I did, and I took the time to look into it, see what it's about, what are people saying about it, is it real, is it legit, what are they doing? So I did what I needed to do to find out the truth instead of pass judgment on things, which is what we do all the time.
Yep.
Don't
Yep.
take people word for things, especially if you want better for yourself. Find out for
Mhm.
yourself, right? Ask all the
Yeah.
questions that you need for ask. So I did that, and then after me get the confidence, and there was a feeling of reassurance that I got from this business after me see people like me in it, people from all over the world, yardies
Yeah.
in it, you know. people from all different background. I do different things. Even nurses, credible jobs that people do, careers, nurses and teacher, firefighter. What it get me is when me hear police in this. Police
Yeah.
officer do this too. So when I saw that, I said, okay, these are people who like me who are working, but they want more. They don't want to be on
Mm-hmm.
someone else's time, right? They don't want somebody to dictate them pay. They want to build something for themselves where them can do
So,
whatever they
right.
want, whatever they want. So I took that as a sign to do the same thing for my life because I wanted more. And that was 3 years ago. And here I am today, living the
Mm-hmm.
life that I never thought I would be living, and in turn helping other people to do the same. Right? So it's truly a blessing for me for say little Jody from small island, little but with Talawa, Jamaica,
Yep.
here helping big foreign.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn online.
So, let us rewind just a little bit to probably a little bit further than 3 years ago, right before
Yeah,
you reach into this opportunity. What
yeah.
was your mindset like at that time? And we're making a comparison between that mindset and the new Jody now.
Woo!
What was your mindset like at that time?
That's a good question. Oh my God. What was my mindset like coming into this business compared to no? I mean, back then I was a go-getter. I was someone who truly believed that I deserved more. I always felt that there was more out there for me. I
Mhm.
always did feel in my heart that me can do a lot for myself and I'm meant
Yeah.
for more. But I just never know how it would happen. So I was always I was optimistic, but at the same time I still had doubts. I still
Mm-hmm.
had doubts, and I would say I was a very anxious person. I was very anxious. I wanted things to happen for me right away. I didn't have much patience, but I did have the self-belief,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
I was very anxious, impatient, but I had the self-belief. What else?
And I remember at one point, through conversation with you, you would have mentioned
Mhm.
that you used to overthink a lot.
Yes, I was like a perfectionist. I
Mm-hmm.
was a perfectionist. I wanted things my way. I was an overthinker. Things have to go certain way for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that has a lot to do with people who are ambitious too. People who
Mm-hmm.
are ambitious and who are go-getters and go for what they want and know what they want in life for themselves. They think to overthink because it's a form of control of wanting
Mm-hmm.
things to go a certain way. And that is not really it's not a good thing at all because that can
Yes.
stress you out.
It
That
can,
can
it can.
cause
And then,
stress.
and a
Yes.
lot of time too, you overthink and creates a lot of scenarios that will never happen.
That's
That's one
and
of the
that's
biggest things for of overthinking.
Yes, and I think that had a lot to do with when my mother tell me about this business. Me start thinking about all sort of things what could I go wrong. And you're
Mm-hmm.
painting a picture that is not real. You're giving yourself a false scenario. You're creating something that does not exist, but because you're thinking about it, you can bring it to pass. Which is why a lot of
Right.
people miss out on certain opportunities based on their mindset because the fear, the ego, the side of us that is trying to protect us from not getting in trouble, or the side of us that is trying to protect us from losing out
Mm-hmm.
on money or whatever. That is the side of you that is always going to say don't do this
Yes.
because this can't happen, that can't happen. But it's not real, it's not true. It's just that
Mm-hmm.
side of us that we need to be able to control. And
Yeah.
I didn't have much control over it, to be honest, but thank God it never did cause me for not embark upon this business. I had to
Yes.
overcome it, but it never means I never have some thoughts that I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking
Mm-hmm.
about just the
And
same.
then,
Yeah.
I remember in a past presentation, I think it was a convention. We went to convention
Yeah.
with Rob Dial presenting on the fear and what causes fear, and the fact that fear and excitement runs off pretty much the same kind of energy. It's how you
Yes,
channel it. And
yes,
so
yes.
it's funny that when we overthink, we always overthink the negative things. We never overthink positive things,
Yeah, we never say this can work for me, This can work for me. And even if it don't
wrap
work
our mind
for
and
me
get so obsessed with it in a positive way. We
in a
always
positive
overthink
way.
in a negative way. And if we could just spin it and put
Yes.
it in a positive way, then it would have benefited us so much. Now,
If we were to think that way, Christine, a lot of us would have embarked upon opportunities that would have taken us to the next level.
that
Think
is
about
true.
it. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Because if we would have thought, how this can work, man. I wonder if we try this, if it will work, man. You just kept going and get so obsessed with how it could actually work instead of how it can work. Then we
Exactly.
would have, yeah, we would reach so much further. But
Yeah, we
when
would.
people hear the term mindset, what comes to mind? What do you think of? Or what should we term as mindset when people hear we talking about mindset now?
I think mindset, to a lot of people, mindset is very cliche. When some people hear about mindset, they might think about people who probably mentally ill. Me know me
Mm,
the kind of put it in the category, the people who, them go through some mental illness, and they probably think that's what mindset is all about. But really and truly, mindset is just taking back your mind from doubt and fear and negativity, thinking properly that will allow you to embark upon opportunities and to become more creative, to become more enlightened, to become more positive, that will allow you to be more successful. Take
mhm,
advantage of opportunities that can get you out of the stress, and the lifestyle that you're living in, the struggle, right? The struggle
mhm,
lifestyle where everybody gets so immune to and so used to, right? When I have people who are think properly if you can do things because them feel like them want to do it, and trust God for no say if I think this way, if me get an idea, right? I'm a follow through with the idea. God I go follow through with me with the idea. But
yep.
when you think like, no, oh, me I go pay for this, no, me have bills for pay, no, me can't do this because me have to work my 9 to 5, you're not thinking properly. That's
Mhm,
mindset. That
mhm,
that is exactly what mindset is. When you get up a morning time and all you think about a bills and work and what you gotta do this and how to feed the kids, you're not operating in a proper mindset. You're
yeah.
operating out of in a survival mode. You're not in
Mhm,
your highest expression, right?
okay.
Yeah,
So pretty much then we would just probably in a nutshell, mindset is really how you think. Whether it is that you're thinking positive or you're thinking negative, that is just how you think. And ultimately you will hear us talking tonight about how you think really shapes what happens in your reality. Because the more you think
absolutely.
that way, is the more you're going to speak that way. And the moment you're speaking it out in the atmosphere, then you're speaking it into manifestation. Um,
Yes.
when you look at mindset for in terms of business and general success in life, how important is it then that we cultivate a positive mindset?
It's very important because we don't know this. A lot of us don't know this, but the way you are living right now as we speak, or the days before, the year before, the months before, is as a result of how you were thinking. Every single thing that is happening to you now or has ever happened to you is because of how you think. And people don't know this, right?
Yeah.
So if you're
Even
in a situation,
subconsciously.
subconsciously, yes. So how you are living now, if you're struggling, if you're stressed out, if you're living in survival mode, paycheck to paycheck, whatever it is as a result of your thoughts. So if you're not embarking or living the life that you want, all you have to do is change how you think in order to live that way. It not have nothing just to do with business. Anything at all. Any situation that you are in, you can change it by just the way you think. Thoughts turn into emotion, emotion into action, and then action actually manifests, or the matter comes into reality, right? And it's amazing how, this information is all in books, which
Yep.
most of we
Yep.
not have no time for read. So if you're not
Mhm.
read, that means say you're not gonna have no clue what me I talk about. And a lot of us need to know how to live. What are the laws of the universe that you need to know in order to live a life where you want to live? Enough of we don't know
That's
that,
if you want.
we never
That's if you
grew up.
want to hide. Yeah.
Eh?
That's if you want to hide something from black people. Put it in a
Put
book.
it in the book. That's it. Put it in the book. And nobody not a time fair. Nobody not put no effort
Nobody
into
now have the time
reading
to
this
read.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because prior to coming into this business opportunity, guys, we never exposed to any of this stuff. And
No.
probably prior to this, if somebody did even tell we wouldn't even pay attention or listen. But
Yeah.
yeah, we wouldn't pay attention because some of the things that you hear prior to coming in here, you know, things that people mad when they must talk some of the things them. Right? Because when you not understand on that level what they're referring to
Yeah.
or what they might talk to, then you kind of think so probably that's my in sense, you know, when they matter about this vibration or your vibrational being and you cannot track this, so you can't probably them a look for when I say them people are mad people, you know.
It so mystical. It sounds
Yeah,
science
it's all too magical,
fiction.
it's all too
Yeah, it's
witchcraftish.
not. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. And so until you get to truly understand and see how God would have created us, and that in the same way that gravity, it's an invisible force, but it exists. It's the
Yes,
same way that us being vibrational beings, it's the same thing. It's just it's science, and God would have created it the same way and create forces of friction and forces of gravity and all of these other
yes,
forces. It
yes,
ties right into it, right? But a lot of times when people can't see evidence right in front of their eye, they can literally see something taking place, then it's so much harder for them to believe in it. And then
yes.
when you look at culture and how we would have cultured the paradigms, that is one of the biggest problems why we can't move past the blockages that we have when it comes on to mindset, because we would
Yes,
have been cultured so much
much.
into the
Yes.
negativity and into the superstition and into all kind of things, especially as Jamaicans.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We were cultured that way. We were brought up that way. We hear with parents and with foreparents and grandparents taught this way. So it just becomes automatic. And then it
Mhm.
is stuck with us. And then we just live that same lifestyle. And we're
Yeah.
into the same kind of struggle and we're living the same kind of reality. Right? If
Hmm.
you were to check and count how much time for the day you complain about anything, take an
Yep.
account of how much for the day you're complaining. When you are
Hmm.
complaining about something, you are letting the universe know that this is what you want.
Bring on more of it. Send
Bring
on
on
more.
more of this because this is what I am focusing on. But if
Hmm.
you did the opposite of that, which is gratitude, my friend, let me tell you something. You would start to see things start to come into your life. You don't wonder if a magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we don't know this. When we hear about
Yes.
gratitude first, me I say, can you listen? We usually hear people say give thanks, be
Hmm.
grateful for
Hmm.
pray over your food. But we just figure say it's
The
like a
extent of
religious
it,
thing.
the
Yeah,
extent of the magnitude of what gratitude can truly attract in your life. We never understand it, and we never
we
cultured
didn't.
to understand it.
We
And
didn't.
even even the power of faith. I
Yeah,
mean, you always hear about faith, and always hear them a preach about faith at church,
all the
but the
time.
extent of the things that you can truly achieve with faith, having faith, you're not learning something there until
No,
you
you
come into
don't.
one opportunity like these where really expose you to what true faith in yourself can do. Faith in God, faith in just believing in the positive outcome of things
Of
and how it
things,
can
yeah.
change everything around you. We're learning
Yes.
something prior to coming into this. And I mean, we got college, we got university, we do much professional workshop. We never hear nobody present on these things and how
Yeah.
you can because they want it to be trapped in a system And if we can
Yes.
break out, when Bob Marley sing that song, they say,
And that
emancipate
was just
yourself
their thing.
from mental
Mental-
slavery.
None
A
but
long time, you see them the
ourselves.
words then.
Yes. None but ourselves. So you and the thing is, we kind of feel like things will just happen for us and to us. Well, that is almost how we live. We don't live a life intentionally. So things happen to us that we don't intend, but we ourselves are doing it. So if you
Yes.
were to just say, yeah, me want to know what are the laws of the universe, me want to know how me can make things up for me, or even you want to make more money, buy one book we talk about money or money work. What are the laws and the
Mm-hmm.
principles of money, right? It can start from this because for most people feel like a desert start money. Or me can get more money, or me can make more money. If you start from there and read a book that talk about the laws and principles of money, it will carry you further into knowing, learning the laws of the universe and how things work, right?
Yes.
And before you know it, you're learning so much more and expanding
Mm-hmm.
so much more to the point where you live a life where you can work from your yard or
True.
earn from your
True,
yard.
true. Yeah.
You don't have to be working physically. You
Mm-hmm.
can just have money, opportunities, people with opportunities and people with money willing to invest in a whatever idea or plan where you have. And before you know
Mm-hmm.
it, you're a millionaire, you're a billionaire. That is
Yeah.
how things can work for you without you lifting a finger if you understand and learn the laws of the universe,
Mm-hmm.
which is what we're
And
doing.
guys, and it doesn't just apply to say success and money, but it applies to even health. People who sick can actually heal
Yes,
themselves with the way how they think. And the
yes,
amount of book when we read, we tell stories of people thinking of healing and going
yes,
through the whole thought process. And I mean, we even see that too with regular
yes,
diagnosis, because we see that every day. Two people can diagnose with cancer today and they receive the same exact treatment and one live and one dead because the mindset is so much different. One thing say me go
yes,
beat this thing, me go fight it out till the end, and one can
yes.
just look at it and say, boy, this is a death sentence.
This
Me
is
plan my
it.
funeral.
This is it. Yeah. And then we get to learn that a lot of these diseases are a result of how we think. A lot
Yep.
of them is not as a result of being
Mhm.
hereditary, right?
No.
It's all because of how we were thinking,
Oh, we think,
and
yep.
the thoughts over time create the matter,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
starts to grow
Be-
inside of our body.
yeah, because the moment you start to say overthinking or you start to stressing, your body automatically start release cortisol, and cortisol is a chemical in your body, it affects every organ in your body, and
Yes.
everything start collapse eventually, things start grow out of proportion when not supposed to grow out of proportion, all kind of things start happen
Yeah.
because high cortisol level, and it's all because
Mm-hmm.
you're stressing, you're thinking about things in a negative way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you find
Yeah.
out, say, the thought affects the entire body, guys. It's
It
not just
does.
something spiritual, because the spiritual manifests physical. It
Yes.
manifests spiritually first, and then it comes physical. So whatever you're thinking, thought process, then it's in the spiritual realm, and then of course, it's a physical manifestation of it. Now,
Yeah.
people who they know that some like are let me say somebody who know that their mindset is working against them, how would they identify that? Like them how would somebody know so their mindset not working for them?
Well, there's a lot of ways that you can tell. If you realize that you're not feeling well, I used to, oh my God, I used to get headache, migraine. I mean, used to have stomach issues. And I
Mm.
used to wonder why my stomach always hurt me, like all the time. I always have a stomach ache, belly ache. And then me realize, me catch myself one time and realize, say, when me feel anxious about something or nervous, right away me feel it in my belly. Me feel like one little pinch and sometime in
Mm.
my chest, with my heart there. And then me say to myself, oh, so when me think a certain way is like I feel a pinch or I feel something in my stomach. Just like when you feel nervous or excited, you feel
Mhm.
butterfly, right?
Yeah. Or you feel the knot in your stomach.
Yes, that is the indication when you're not thinking a certain way. You're not thinking properly, right?
Mhm.
And also when you realize that you're not thinking properly is when you start to spiral, or if you're rushing. Sometimes we are do things in the house and we are do it with a speed, and it's
Yeah.
like we're there here, but we're not there here. We're mind is something else, but we are rush to
Mhm.
do things, right?
Mhm.
That is you not thinking properly, and that then in turn affect your nervous system, and then that
Mhm.
cause you to feel sick too. And that is you signaling to the universe that something is not going right for me, right? I don't feel safe, I don't feel comfortable, I feel threatened, I'm in a
Mm.
fright or flight
Our
mode.
flight. Mhm.
Yeah, when you're in a fright or flight mode, you are in survival mode. You're signaling to the universe that me not feel comfortable, me not feel happy, something not go right for me. So me
Yeah.
just feel anxious, frighty, right? And but when you're calm, when you're collected, when you're tranquil, when you feel gratitude and you feel happy and you feel joy, you're at a slow, steady pace. And the universe pick up that vibration and say, oh yeah, she good. She good.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you're in line with whatever it is that you may have wanted. You may have wanted
Yes.
something to happen for you, like you want a house where you did a look pan and you have make moves for make
Mhm.
it happen. Your vibration in a gratitude and a calm state will automatically allow you to get that house. These are the
And
things that we don't know. So how can you know when your mindset is not right again? If your body feel off, if you have a headache or a stomach ache, if you're in fight or flight mode, like you just a move fast and you're not here, but you're just moving, you're on autopilot. Those
yeah.
are two
And,
main reasons, two main things that you signs that you can look out for.
and one of the biggest signs too, Jody,
Yeah.
is worry.
Oh yeah.
Worry.
Worry,
When you're constantly worried
anxiety,
and face, yes, anxiety.
fear,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
complaining,
Yeah.
doubt.
Once you're facing any of those, then you
Yes,
know that's definitely the mindset
the
not in the
mindset
right
is not right.
yeah,
So I think I
line.
was more talking about the physical with my
Yeah.
examples, but like mentally,
Mm-hmm.
fear, doubt, anything that is not in line with who God says you are, your high and
Yes.
your true self.
Yes.
If you're not in a positive, if you're not thinking anything positive and it's opposite of
Mm-hmm.
that,
Mm-hmm.
that is you not having the right mindset.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we need
Not
to
in alignment.
realize you're not in alignment, and we need to realize it right away and change it. A lot of us don't do
Mm-hmm.
that. We just stay in the same mindset, and when you're in that mindset, it starts to build a momentum to cause you to
Yeah.
feel certain way, negative way. And you ever having a
Mm-hmm.
bad day in at the beginning, like you wake up with a negative mindset, and it's like one
Yes.
bad thing start happen after the other.
It's just that spiral. Yeah.
Yes. So that is your mindset. The thought that you are thinking that is negative, it attracts other negative thoughts. This is
Mm-hmm.
what free will is all about. You have the free will to think a certain way and do a certain thing. And when you think a certain way, it calls for all the other things that are in alignment with that thought. So if it is a
Mm-hmm.
positive thought, if it's gratitude and joy, the whole day gonna stay so. It you will start to have parking space show up for you. Somebody we call you and say, oh,
Oh
I have
yes.
this gift for you. It would just start to just go like that throughout the whole day, the whole week, the
Mm-hmm.
whole month. But when you're in a negative mindset, negative thoughts, it builds momentum and then things just go downhill for you, right? So that's why we have to know what are negative thoughts and change it. Don't just
Yes.
wallow in the negative thought and have a pity party for yourself and wonder why your life now go the way you want it to go.
Oh yes. Oh
And
yes.
we need to
Now,
learn these things.
a lot of time when we talk about mindset, affirmations normally come in. You
Oh,
normally
yes.
hear the term affirmations coming in, and affirmations, guys, is that pretty much that self-talk that you have with yourself. And for people who probably are on the journey of changing their mindset. People who probably even listen to it now and want to change their mindset. How does affirmation or self-talk help with mindset change?
So a lot of people are not used to talking to themselves and speaking positive to themselves, right? And this is something that we need to practice and learn to do, because a lot of us are around a lot of people that talk some negative things all the time, and it gets us into that groove, that energy, right? That causes
Yes.
us to do the same thing, especially if the way you grow. Our parents usually talk to in a negative way, and so friends and everybody
Being
just start
lazy.
getting into that groove. Yeah. So we
Yeah.
need to correct that and start talk to ourselves. Start
Mm-hmm.
talk to it ourselves in a way where, oh, God wouldn't talk to if him silly, or if
Yes.
he was
Yes.
standing in front of us, per se, right? That
Mm-hmm.
is what rewires our thinking. It rewires our energy. It rewires our subconscious mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
To see ourselves as the true divine being that we are. And it will allow us to treat ourselves with more grace and with more love. And it will change our life completely. So
Yes.
I always tell people for Google affirmations and practice them for 21 days straight. Get up in
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
morning and look in the mirror and talk to yourself and tell yourself, say you are strong, you are powerful. Tell yourself, say you
Mm-hmm.
love yourself. Because a lot of us don't hear this. We've never heard this, but we never heard from our
Yeah.
parents. And
Mm-hmm.
that affect,
Mm-hmm.
affect us in a way we will probably never realize,
Yeah.
right? So you have to give yourself love. Love starts from yourself before you can even love somebody else.
That is
And love
true.
is another law. Yes, love is another law, just like gravity and all of them
Mm-hmm.
other laws
Mm-hmm.
there. Love is the highest one. So
Yes.
we need to learn these things, practice affirmation for rewire our subconscious so we can learn how to operate and live the best life that we can live. Rewire ourselves, rewire our
Yes.
brain. Yes.
And that is so true because as you mentioned, growing up, we would have heard throughout our socialization, a lot of negative things being thrown at us. And subconsciously, we believe them. We
Yeah.
believe them subconsciously, and then eventually they manifest, and then
Mhm.
you hear people tell you all the time, you're just big and you're just lazy and you're just worthless, and your mother tell you all kind of things. And probably honestly, they don't mean any bad by it. They don't mean any ill. They normally
Yeah.
just throw these words out. Them themselves not even know the impact of the words that are coming out of their mouth. It's like them a cast a spell on you and not even know.
Yes. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. We quote these scriptures, but we really
Yep,
don't know what it means. We
yep,
don't realize
yep.
that these are the things that we're living. What the Bible says
Mm-hmm.
we not fear live or what we not for do. I mean, these are things that are everyday laws that can make our life easier. It's not something where if you not do it, you go hell or whatever. It is what
Yes.
will get you out of the suffering, the everyday struggle and the stress, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One thing when Jamaicans love for quote, and this goes against faith. Puss in a bag. Me not buy puss in a bag. We hear this a lot, Christina, when people reach out
Mm-hmm.
to us and ask us
Mm-hmm.
about the business. When
Yes.
we tell them that they would need to pay the 149 registration fee to get the information about the business, and then we say it is
Mm-hmm.
also refundable. They say to us, some of you, not all of you, me not buy no puss in a bag.
Puss in a bag. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
lack of faith.
you're telling us that you need to see everything before you can believe it, and that goes
Yes.
against faith without work is dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
is exactly what I mean. And these are the things we need to learn and understand, because you're telling me and you're telling the universe that if me can't see it for myself and I believe it, if God himself not show up and say, I saw it, I go, then I don't
Yep.
believe him.
Yep.
You not tell me
Yep.
saying I believe me, I tell God saying I believe him.
Doubtful Thomas. Thomas wouldn't
Yes,
believe until he see the hole in a Jesus' hand. Even though Jesus had told them the entire
yes,
thing and what is gonna happen, still never believe and say him have to see it
yes,
for himself.
yes,
And it
yes.
it, it it went on to say, then if you, my disciples, who see and know me for yourself, can't believe what before you see. You can imagine the people that is coming after that has never seen me in person yet. I
Yeah,
can imagine. We have to deal with
that's
just faith alone.
that's
We
crazy.
believe
Yeah,
in Christ. But um affirmations, guys, it as Jody mentioned, it's a rewiring of your brain. And
yeah,
initially you might not even believe what you say, but your mind don't know that. So keep saying it. Keep
yeah.
saying it, keep saying it, keep saying it to yourself until you believe it. And the
Mm,
moment you start believing it, then you're gonna see a change. And then sometimes just to look yourself in the mirror and say, Christina, say you're a pretty girl though. Hmm? Say you're
yeah.
smart though. Say you have this, you have a nice day today. Just, you don't have to pretty it up. You don't have to go
No,
there all nice up, nice up. Oh, I'm unique and I'm strong. Talk to yourself like how you talk to one of your
just
friend them.
exactly
Same
so.
way. And
Yeah,
just speak positively over yourself. You might be surprised how you find your day going just by
going
doing that, just
great.
by getting up and saying that. And I remember reading a book where Steve Harvey mentioned this. Was it Steve Harvey? I think so. Yeah, it was Steve Harvey.
Mm,
Mentioning that the moment you get up, you have some little formans in your mind that you
mm,
set to work. And it's either
yeah,
you have the positive crew and you have the negative crew. And if you get up and you
yeah.
say, Lord, as I get up, so me feel like me have a bad day today. Me feel like my head gonna hurt me. Trust me, that's an instruction that you just gave them. All right.
Yes,
She says she feel like she going to have a headache. Come, let's work to put down the headache. And that is
yes,
it. And if you get up and you say, sir, today is going to be a productive day. Today is going to be a good day for me. Then you send a message to the positive crew, right? Christina, get up and say, today going to be a positive day. We're going to work towards that. And you
that's
find
how
that
the
your day
universe
goes
works.
out in a positive way because you gave the instruction. It's like you have one, when you watch when name Aladdin and you have the
Yeah.
little genie there at the back. Or when you watch cartoon and you have the little devil and the little angel right there. So
On the
you,
shoulder,
you
yes,
give the instruction. Which one is going to
yes,
work?
yes.
Which
That's
which
it.
one you give instruction?
You are in charge. You are more
Hmm?
in charge of how your life works, more than you know. And it
Yes.
is everybody's responsibility to learn and understand this so we can live the best life that we want to live, right? The lack of knowledge is really hell. The less you know, the less you will be able to live the life that you want. The more you know is the more you will be able to live the life that you truly want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Now,
any type
when
of opportunity, oh, go ahead. May we close with this?
all
Yeah.
right. So we're going to jump a little bit into mindset as it relates to business and entrepreneurship because we
Mhm.
might have a few business partners who have joined us who want to hear about this. Now,
Okay.
you have a lot of people who are talented people and they're in business, but even though they would have had certain skills, you find out that they're still failing.
Hmm.
What could contribute to that? As they're skilled, they can do this, they can do that. Them naturally have a knack for it, but they're still not achieving what they should be achieving, or they still not reaching the level where they're supposed to reach. How does mindset affect the skill, even though they're already talented?
Yeah, I mean, the best person, who have the best skills, the best tools, them can defeat themselves. Them can self-sabotage themselves if they don't have the right thoughts, if they're not thinking the right way. I'm a very huge tennis fan, right?
Mm,
And I see this time and time again. You will have tennis is when you have two players playing opposite sides of the court and they just hit the
mhm,
ball over the net. And you can have somebody who probably did a lead, right? And all of a sudden they miss the ball and them start cuss on the
mhm,
court, them a beat up themselves, and they're continuing to play, and every point them just a cuss. And then all of a sudden, they start to lose, they're losing the match because all of a sudden them start to become negative on the court. You just see it. And the other
mhm,
opponent is just calm, cool, and collective. And then probably a speak positive in themselves. Them a say, like them a tap them chest in a one positive way, or them a do a
mhm,
fist pump. It's all about the mindset and what you are telling yourself that will
Yes.
allow you. You can have the best mindset and you don't have the tools right now. You don't have the
Mm-hmm.
best skill set right now. But you tell yourself say everything are gonna work out for you. And before you know it, all of the tools and the resources will just start to come into your aura,
Mm-hmm.
your in order for you to use them in order to bring to pass what it is that you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they say the persons who, I mean, rich people who have money, a lot of them are not living a happy life because them don't even have the right mindset. Them struggle and climb up the ladder and scam out all of the people them what them need for scam to reach where them there, but them don't have the right mindset to even feel happy, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
can be doing, you can have all the right stuff, but the mindset, if you don't have the right mindset, you are already defeated.
That is true.
Already defeated. Yes. You have to have the right mindset.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the thing to guys, mindset also comes into how you go about doing things,
Mhm.
because them always say consistency be talent, and a part
Yes.
of consistency and discipline is
It's the
mindset.
mindset. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
Absolutely.
it always ties in. So even though somebody might be so talented and have this knack for something, if them now practice it consistently, and you
Yeah.
have somebody who is way less talented, but they're on it every single day, practicing, practicing, practice. They always say practice make perfect. Then you're
Yes.
going to find say consistency indeed are gonna beat out the talent.
That's true.
Because because you have, just like you have some people just cocky and feel say them have it already, them know it already, just like the rabbit or the hare and the turtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just feel
Yeah.
same have the race already. Him feel same done fast already. So I might race this. I go win it. You understand? So in already just cocky. But
Mm-hmm.
little turtle now just humble and just one step at a time,
Once.
consistently, one step at a time, keep going until he win the race. And
Yeah.
so a lot of time, and we always hear this too, say, and always this who are run fast win the race, the swift. The race is
But
not
for
always
those
for
who
the
can
swift,
endure. Yes.
those who can endure, guys. And it
Absolutely.
uh it, it boiled down to the mindset and having
All
the
the time.
discipline to show up all the time,
All the
showing up
time.
day in, day out. Because the reality is, and every day I talk about sunshine and peaches.
No, it
Yeah.
won't. It and we it's something that we can practice so that when the heavy days come or the days come that don't feel as good as the others, we don't beat up on ourselves too much. We understand, say, okay, this day kind of feel like it not it, it just about a feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But mindset can help you to understand that you are not necessarily your thoughts. Sometimes when you feel a negative thought, you can observe the thought. Your mind is like the sky and the thought is the cloud. And you can have a thought in your mind of fear or doubt. And you can just picture yourself and look on the thought. And you say, hey, have one thought of fear I come true here, so I don't even know where about, but me just I go and pray it.
Yes.
You
Yes.
can do that. You don't
Yes.
have to give in to that negative thought. You can just be aware of it
Mm-hmm.
and see and just pretend like yeah, watch it and try to scrutinize it and say, why is this thought here? And
Yeah.
just and before you know it, the thought, you break down the thought and the thought just gone.
Hmm.
A lot of
You
us
know, I
don't
think I read a book where they mention something like that to say when you
yes.
have a negative thought, try to picture it maybe. I don't remember if it's a cloud then say it, pan, but try to picture it floating away
Yeah, just
from
like you
you.
pretend like yeah, watch it and
Yeah.
it's
It,
gone. I'm
it,
like,
it
oh,
just have
all right.
float by. But
You
don't
can
dwell
do
on it,
that.
because the moment you start dwelling on it, then that's where
When
the problem
you
comes
dwell
in.
on any thought that you dwell on, and if you dwell on it too long, it will attract the same like thought, and then it becomes
Hmm.
solid matter. It
Yeah.
becomes a reality because it's just a thought, it's a vibration, but it's your signal to the universe that you're focusing on this. So over time, it becomes a reality.
Yeah.
We're going back to
Yeah.
mindset again and vibration and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
And then guys, it's a lot. Mindset is such a broad topic. And then because it brings in every aspect of life, as we know
Mhm.
it, health, relationship, love, money, everything we can think of, is so intertwined into
It
mindset. And you
it
might be even
is.
surprised with how it affects your relationship, so you not even know.
It affects everything. And you'd be surprised oh it does, and when you learn about it and how it work and how you can have the right thought and make it work for you. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
People who are
Mm-hmm.
struggling, who are stressed out, who are deprived of certain things of life and life just hard. Some people who just feel like they want to give up and throw in the towel. If only they knew that it is all depending on their thought, them can just change it. It might not be easy. You just need to
Yes.
practice it one day at a time, and it is doable. It is doable,
Mm-hmm.
trust me. But it you just have to practice. You have to find the right people, find the right community, find the right person to help you and teach you and walk you through it. And I'm telling you, it will change your
That
life.
is true. That
Yes,
is so true. And as you mentioned, environment and the company that you keep, guys, that is so important because let me
very.
tell you, the company that you keep wires your mindset. Because if you depend on a certain path, but you keep surrounding yourself with people who are not on that same path, trust me, you're upon a very difficult road, a difficult journey.
Yes,
It would have come in like when the Bible talk about being unequally yoked. And
equal
not just
you.
relationship it talk about,
Yes, I mean
and the people and we are surround yourself with,
you realize when you try elevate yourself, when you try elevate yourself and you have somebody around you will not coincide with you elevating yourself. What some
Mm-hmm.
people do, they try to keep the friend and try to accommodate the friend and just put whatever they're trying to do for themselves on the side. That is the
Mm-hmm.
worst thing that you can do. Because if you're
Yes.
trying to elevate yourself for whatever reason, and whoever you are around is trying to discourage you, that is a clear indication that you are no longer on the same wavelength with that person.
Right.
They don't have your best interests at heart. You don't need to cuss them off
Mm-hmm.
or run them, but just make them love them from a distance. Because you
Yep.
try to elevate yourself and they're not on the same accord, and something is wrong with that. You're not
Mm-hmm.
supposed to keep company with anybody that is like that. If they're not
Yeah.
for you or with you, then them just need to keep going and you go your way and them go for them way.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Mm-hmm.
very important.
Yeah.
You know which
Yeah.
friend need. I mean, some of them are not, well, yeah, some of them are friends and some of them are just people who usually talk to. You know much people drop
Associates,
off.
right.
Yeah, associate. You know much people drop off since me I do this business.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
usually a lot of people because they couldn't
Because the
understand my
moment that
way.
they see, yeah, the moment that they see that your mindset has shifted from what they are accustomed to, then
Yes.
immediately them feel to say, oh, Jody start going like say she had this and she had that and she going,
I
and
don't know me,
immediately.
I don't know me because
Re-
I was encouraging them too, but
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
force people to do what they don't want to do.
yeah, that is
Me
true.
can only
That is
speak
true.
for
So
myself. Yeah.
yeah, you have to surround yourself, guys, with people with a positive mindset that can really push you to your next level.
Yes.
If you and I always hear this, if you are in this, if you're the smartest one in the room, then you're in the wrong room. You need to get out
Mm-hmm.
of that room. If you are the smartest person in your circle, then you're in the wrong circle because there's no growth for you there. If you are the smartest man in the room, oh, you will grow. You have to surround yourself with other people who are above so you can learn from them and elevate to their level. When you reach up there, so now
Yes.
you move you have to keep growing, you have to keep moving. The
Yes.
moment you're staying in a circle and you do all of the teaching, but you're not learning from nobody else, then how are you gonna grow?
Yes. Yes. And growth is very important. This is why when you're stuck, when you're on a 9 to 5 job and you're not happy, you are not growing, you are not expressing yourself in the form that you were meant to create and express, which
Mm-hmm.
is why we feel when we're at work. We're not happy.
Yeah.
This is not all
Yeah.
we want go through the 24 hours. And then
Mm-hmm.
we start to resist it because it's not something that is fulfilling, that
And
is
I mean,
not growing.
yeah, what the 9 to 5 the workplace is one of the most stifling
Toxic.
environment ever. It
It is.
stifles your growth, it limits your creativity. You're unable to truly, you can have some brilliant ideas that you want to bring to the table, and then we just shoot it down because it come from you. And
Yes.
so you find
Yes.
out that your true potential, you can't realize your true potential on a 9 to 5 because of idea of a top matter. All when it not make no
Yes.
sense. I only
That
for
is
them
true.
idea matter. So you realize that a 9 to 5 stifles you so much as opposed to when you own something for yourself. You have the whole world to your disposal. You create anything you want, create, you do anything you want to do. And I mean, that kind of freedom would I call it. Cause freedom
Mm-hmm.
that freedom
Yes,
to
it
think what
is.
you want, freedom to implement what you want. You find that it affects your mind and everything just flow at a certain level because you're
Yes, it does.
experiencing that kind of freedom as opposed to when you're up on the 9 to 5. It's like you just then I want to go back,
Not
so you
the
want to go
box.
cage.
It limits
Mm-hmm.
you. It limits your potential. If anybody wants to elevate themselves from where they are on their 9 to 5, you have to have an idea, have an
Yes.
idea, be in creative mode in order for you to elevate and excel and grow. You want to make more money? Do something that is creative. Be a part of a community that has a creative idea, that have resources in place, that has stuff that can work for you, that can help to elevate and allow you to grow. And that is what this business does, right? Find something or someone or a community that can help you with ideas. Some people don't have
Mhm.
any idea of what they want to do, right? Our business
True.
is perfect for that. We help you with an idea, our idea, and you can make it your own and you can
Hmm.
build from that, right?
Yeah.
But you have to start from somewhere. Have to start from somewhere.
How do you help, let me say business, because we're in a business now where you are our coach and whatever. How would you
Yes.
help business partners then to identify when they have limiting beliefs when they don't even realize that they have it? And I've seen this a lot, even in our groups and sometimes the meetings that we have. Limiting belief pop up in the form. I'm gonna make you identify where it pop up in the form of, because we see it a lot. Um, how do we go about correcting that or remedying that? Because a lot of the time we put the limitation for ourselves, no limitation that depend on
Yes.
nobody.
Yes, a lot of times when we do things and it don't work, is we another system where we do, another business where we did try, unless it's a scam and that that not gonna work anyway. But a lot of things we have tried and they don't work, and it's never because of the system or what we have tried. It's our limit own belief system that we had. So how I identify limiting beliefs is if somebody start to say, but what if what them come with a what if. It starts with what if. That is all
Mm-hmm.
I know, that there's a limiting belief there. Or
Mm-hmm.
suppose, them come with
Yes.
suppose, limiting belief, right? Because you are letting me know that you have a thought that is not working for you. You have a belief system that is not working for you, and you are presenting that limiting belief now, and you're saying it out of your mouth. You're speaking it now, right? You identify that that is a limiting belief that you're working with. And an excuse can be a limiting belief as well. You're
That is it.
making excuses. Yes, yes.
Yes.
You make excuse, you dodge around things. When you make excuse, that is just you blatantly telling me that you don't believe that you can do it. You don't
Mm-hmm.
believe that this can
Mm-hmm.
work for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I always tell my business partners as a coach is, whatever you're saying that you cannot do the opposite of that. Just
Yes.
do the opposite of it. Have you tried it? Have you done what you
Mm-hmm.
said that you cannot do, or you're just making an excuse? Just
Mm-hmm.
do it. And before you know it, you conquered that limiting belief. It's
Yeah.
it's it's as simple as that. I mean, it might not seem so simple, but because we can identify, we don't know how to break it down or how to get over that limiting belief. And sometimes we don't even know it's a limiting belief because we're so used to making excuses, saying,
Mm-hmm.
going
Mm-hmm.
with the fact that we cannot do
Yeah.
something when we
Yeah.
can, you know?
Yeah. We're
So
very used to making the excuse. Me can't do this. Me
very
not have the
used.
time for this. Me not have the yeah. We make a lot of excuse when it comes on to doing certain things.
Yes,
But yet
we do.
still we find time for other things, you know. But when it comes on to certain things, we find a lot of excuses. And sometimes these excuses can probably come out of fear too. Because you know, you have
Absolutely.
people, you have people who fear failure and you have people who fear success too.
Yes, yeah, yes, that's true. People who fear failure and fear success. Fear is fear.
Mm-hmm.
Fear is not as bad as we think. But if you operate in fear, it is bad. But when you are afraid of something, fear is just bringing that something to your attention to say, this is this.
Yeah.
Me need something is going on here. We need for extra Jeet. Break it down. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I am afraid to do this. Why am I afraid to do it? What is the root cause or the sponsoring thought as to why I am afraid of doing this? And break it down. And if you break
Yes.
it down, you will realize most of the time what we are afraid of, when we're afraid of something, it is the lack. We are afraid, the terminology is lack. There's not enough of, like money.
Mm-hmm.
If you're afraid
Mm-hmm.
to invest in a business, or you are afraid to start something or be creative or do something, a lot of the times it boils down to money. Lack. You think there's not enough of, based on how much you have. No, you're not willing to put that up, right? You're not willing to match that to the universe and say, this is what I have. Work with it. And this is what
Yeah.
we need to understand. There is no lack in this universe. And
Mm-hmm.
I teach that. I teach about the quantum field. There's an infinite invisible field that has infinite possibilities that
Yes.
can happen for you based on your thought, based on your
Mm-hmm.
vibration, based on
On your
your
free.
belief system.
Yes.
Yeah. So any scenario can go a million different ways, and it already exists based on how you think and where you're
Yes.
willing to put up with your vibration and your thought, right? So
Mm-hmm.
fear again, break down fear and see why is it that I am afraid. And when you break it down and you find the root cause, go against it. Trust
Yeah.
God. Trust God and put that fear aside and walk through it with faith. And me I guarantee you say you're gonna come out on the other side and you're gonna be all right. You're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
dead. You're not gonna homeless. You're not gonna
Yes.
starve. I'm telling you this. Prove
Mm-hmm.
God. If
Mm-hmm.
you trust and believe God and believe that there's a higher being in the universe, or prove it. Prove
Yeah.
it. Yes, you have
All
to.
right. Now, you spoke about survival mode, being in survival mode, and I saw one of your lives recently. You're doing or a video. I think it's a
Uh-huh.
video where you were talking about survival mode. How can somebody shift from survival mode to purpose mode? Somebody with
Ooh,
walking in purpose.
that's a good one. It's quite a bit, but what I can say the starting point is, if you realize that you're living in a situation that you are not happy with, right? First, you need to understand that you need to take responsibility. That's the first thing. Take responsibility for where you are and the situation that you are in, right? And then the next thing that you need to know is that you can do better than the situation that you are in. It's nobody
Mhm.
else's fault, but you can do better. And you
Yes.
can do better based on how you think, based on how you feel, and then
Mm-hmm.
what you are doing after you're thinking a certain way and feeling a certain way. A lot of us don't believe that we can do a business, we can start a business. A lot of us don't believe that we can elevate ourselves from a paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. Some of us don't believe that our bank account can grow based on where it is
Mhm.
now, if it is even in a negative balance or if you're in debt. You can get out of survival mode. You have to believe as well that you can, right? And then that's the thought process now. You have to change how you think. And you have to believe that you can become a millionaire, or you can have your own business, or you can get out of a 9 to 5 before it actually happens. A lot of people
Mhm.
want money first in order to
Mhm.
feel happy after, or if you can start a business. No, you have to believe that you can first, and
Yes.
then your belief system based by your thoughts, and then your emotion that come with the belief system, so you will feel gratitude, you feel joyful, you feel happy, right? The thoughts is the signal, your vibration to the universe, that okay, she happy, she in a gratitude, I'm going to give her more of that. The universe know exactly what you want. It
Yes.
know where you want. It know where you want. Your
Mhm.
thought is a prayer. Your thought is
Yep.
a prayer. So it knows what you want. So be in
Mhm.
gratitude as if you already have it. And then the universe will start to give you ideas.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Another thing that people don't know about, I don't know if people know about it, them call it chakra. These are like the what you call it now, energy, different energy in the center of your body. That's a real thing too. I promise you, it's not voodoo. I used to think that it's a whole different Buddhism and them something that real. Scientists have proven it. The universe talks through energy. So your
Yeah.
energy and your vibration is how you get what you want without being in survival mode. Really and truly, you can get whatever you want without lifting a finger. You can have it come to you in your realm, in your life, based on how you think. So make we backtrack. How can you get out
Powerful.
of survival mode? Um, Identify that you are the cause and that you can change your reality. Believe that you're able to change your reality, and then feel the way you want to feel and believe that you have what you want already, right? And then you will start to attract it based on your thoughts after that belief, which is gratitude, joy, happiness, tranquility, right?
Mhm.
Love. And then it will start to happen.
Yep.
Synchronicities will start to come into play. Things will show up in front of you where you wouldn't just need to do. And then you say, oh, me know that. Oh, me get for just do that. So, because you're in alignment, you're now in
Yes.
alignment with
Yes.
the universe. Yes,
Mhm. Mhm.
yes,
And
yes.
trust me, when you're in alignment, you will know because you will see some things just start pop up and you will say, but y- a lot of times we as Jamaican would just say, one vice, say one vice tell me say. Yeah, we in as Jamaican would have said that. Say one
Yeah,
voice just tell me say if you turn back and go check your door. Or one voice just tell me say car never shut off, if you go check the car. Eh, something in you that That's not just
yes,
one voice, that's a tell you that. That is
exactly.
the source itself that is inside of you.
That is
Some people
it.
that say at church, them would have said the Holy Spirit
Yes,
on the
yes.
inside of you. Other people
Same
call it
thing.
other things, right?
Yes,
But
yes.
that, and I just one voice just I tell us go check your door now. You might just go back and see say you never did lock the door properly, or you never
That's
turn
it.
off the stove or something. Me now you just tell us say go, and you go back and you realize say, so that is when you're in alignment with
That
certain
is
things.
no
Um,
coincidence. Yes,
no
yes,
coincidence, right?
yes.
And I find that a lot of times. Sometimes some thought just come to me, and out of the blue, I sometimes I'm obedient to it, and sometimes I'm not. And if I'm not
Yes,
obedient to it, it come right back around and let me know say, me did tell you, I am never obedient to it.
yes, yes. And we learn from that if we're able
Yes,
to identify what it is. Yeah,
if we're able to identify it. And
yeah.
throughout reading the entire book of The Secret, which is all about the law of attraction, there is one dominant thing they point out. And it's the same exact thing that is pointed out in the Bible. Jesus preaches until he can't preach no more. Ask, believe, receive.
Yes. Yes.
That is
That is
right
it.
throughout that book. All it says if you do, ask, believe, so you
Believe
get it, and give thanks for it, and it must manifest.
just like
It's
that.
as simple as that, guys.
Yeah.
And we might just say it, and you might think that, oh, it can't so easy. Everybody would do it. But a lot of people have a problem believing that they receive it before they see it. That's why
And
that's
that's
the
why
problem, you know. They don't have
yes.
a problem with the asking part, you know. The problem come when they must believe that they have received it before it really happened.
And don't doubt and waver
And
in that
worry
belief.
and worry if it
Yes.
gonna happen and keep on a watch to see if it gonna happen and so on. Just believe say it's gonna manifest and say, God, thank you for this. Me not see it yet, but thank you for it.
And left it right there so. And
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 let's
and
do that
and
stuff.
and the Bible even mention a few scenarios where Jesus said, because of your faith, because of your belief, because of your faith, why you not get where you get, because you never believe. You understand? Which is and that is right there. So where a lot of us miss out on the life that we're meant to live. Because we don't
Yes,
believe.
we
A lot
don't
of people
believe.
don't believe, so them can embark upon this opportunity that we're in. Them doubt themselves. Them
Yeah, they
doubt the
believe that they can't do it.
opportunity. And if it's not the opportunity, they doubt themselves. If it's not
Yeah.
themselves, them doubt the bank account. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's not the
Mm-hmm.
bank account, it's something else. It's always gonna be
Yeah.
something. Always gonna
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Limiting belief, guys. Limiting beliefs can
Believe.
cripple you because some things will always pop up in your mind to say that you can't do this, you can't do that, you don't know how this is gonna work. But stop thinking about it and just say, take the first step and allow God to do what He does best.
Yes. You will
You
not
take the
see the
first step.
case. Yeah.
Mhm.
You won't see the end result before you start, and I saw it go. You won't see, because if that was the case, then every single person that is doing what they are doing now, that is causing them to be successful, happy, joyous, whatever, it's not a case where them see the whole story, the end of the story, before them do it. They believe the end of the story is going to
Yeah.
work. It gonna work out. Or them want it for work out, and they
Mhm.
step out in
Mhm.
that faith. So you
Yeah.
have to have your belief system where you're saying this is gonna work out for me, and I'm stepping out in faith. It's gonna work out the way I want to work it to work out. You already write the story already with your belief system, So you're
Yeah.
moving with that intention, with that understanding, with that faith, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that is the secret formula. That is the formula to success. That's the formula to happiness, joy,
Mhm.
tranquility, whatever it is. You just
Yeah.
have to believe
Just
and
have
just
to
keep
believe.
walking and believing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the moment you start believing, guys, is the moment you start aligning yourself to the frequency to receive it. Because one thing I've come to
Yes.
realize is that the moment you open me, I sometimes you not even have to open your mouth and say it because God know what you want.
Oh
You say the
yes.
moment you open your mouth and you say to God, God, me need help with this. Him release the help long time, It dead,
Long
But
time.
you not in a alignment to receive it.
Yes.
And if you're
And
not
that's
in
the
alignment,
problem.
anytime you come in alignment, then you get it. But it's already released. It's like you just ship it off. It's like you order something and it just ship off immediately. But it's not gonna be delivered. It not reach your address until you align.
Yes. And then we need to know how to align, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and and
Mm-hmm.
and and when you're in alignment, you notice already there, so you're not in wanting, you're not constantly, if you want something and you're praying and saying, "Me want this, me want this, me want this," that is just you letting God source knows how you want it. So when you pray to God and say, "Me want this," him say, "Yeah, man, me know you want it,
Mm-hmm.
me know
Mm-hmm.
you're in wanting." But if you say, "God, me know me get this and I thank you," you are
Yes.
letting him know that you got it. Then if you act
Mm-hmm.
like you get it, you got it, then you got it. But if
Yeah.
you're
Yep.
praying in wanting, you're
Yeah.
always going to be in
Yeah.
wanting. You're getting more of the
Mm-hmm.
wanting. That's why he says, Pray and believe that you have it and you will get it.
Yes.
But if you're
Yes.
praying nothing belief that you have it, then that means you don't have it.
Mm-hmm. And then
It's a
another thing
difference.
that I learned, and I think it's same from the Secret Book. That book was so powerful. So that
It
book is
is.
that you have to reread it 2, 3, 4 times. I'm telling you, because the fact that you ask, whether it is that you believe, say you ask the universe or you ask God, if you keep asking for the same thing, it shows that you don't believe that you have received it. That
Yeah.
means you're not putting enough faith in a God same answer your priority because you keep
Yes.
asking him for the same thing. Him hear you the first time.
Yes, he does. But if you are always praying about it, that's you not thinking and believing that you have it. And
Yes.
him know that,
Mm-hmm. So
but he can
so the
only give you
process
what you
then,
ask for.
yeah, the
Mhm.
process now then, guys, is for you to your prayer, ask for it one time, and then you start thanking him for it over and over.
Yes,
That's
yes,
that's where the repetition come in. You keep thanking him for it until it manifests.
that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it. You leave it right there. So you're in gratitude of
Mm-hmm.
it, and you go about your business, and then before you know it, you got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
anything you keep thinking about and complaining about, that's what you're attracting. That
That's
is
what
it.
you're
That is the
getting.
yeah. That's the foundation of what we're leaving you with tonight. Anything that
Yes.
you're thinking about, your mindset matter, and it shapes your reality, shapes everything concerning you. If you believe so every day, so your husband or your wife are cheat, it might go cheat. I reality that.
Yes. It you know that you are able to influence others around you as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Quantum physics is not garbage or just science. It's the science. Science explains how God put things into in the laws, explain how the laws of the universe work. And if
Yes.
you can learn and understand how it work, then you can live a life of intention. You are actually able to influence people around you based on how you are living your life. So if
Mm-hmm.
you live, if a beer negative, that is why I would then come back to the company where you keep now,
Yes.
because them can influence you without you even knowing, and then you are living
Mm-hmm.
the life that they are influencing upon you. So
Yes.
if you in our household would be your negative people, and you are in gratitude and love all the time, and you're signaling that, you can influence that everybody around you, you can
Mm-hmm.
change their negativity into positivity. You
Mm-hmm.
absolutely can.
Mm-hmm.
This people test this and prove this already. They've tested,
Yes.
and a lot of scientists have done research where they have people in the room, and they're thinking a certain way, and they test them, and measure the thoughts and the energy and whatever, and they just
Mm-hmm.
realize that they're able to. We have that power. We have
Yes.
power more than we even realize.
And
This life
and
would
and
be
as I've
like.
mentioned this, I mean, I have experienced this before where I was working with a group of individuals, a group of teachers back in Jamaica. And I want to tell you, say, negative and complaining, then just complain about everything, just
Yeah.
negative. Eh, And it because they're always complaining, it make you complain too. So yeah, it's like you're joining with them. And
Yeah.
then I remembered changing to a different grade level and now found myself in a team where the dynamics of the team is different. It's more on a positive side. And so you find, say, the whole heap of negativity they weren't talking about. They never negative, they never that complain. They were more focused, more driven, more positive.
That's
And you
great.
realize that it affects how you think too, because then you realize that the group of people where you're in now complain no negative, and so
Yeah.
you too take on the personality of the group. So any group where you're farming, it's like eventually you start to take on the personality of that group. You're surrounded by negative people, you start to take on the personality of the negative people. You're surrounded by the positive people, you start to take on the personality of the positive people. So guys, your circle matters.
Absolutely. If you have something in the fridge or on your counter in the kitchen was spoil, if
Oh
that one
Jesus,
fruit or
strawberry.
that one catch like wildfire, if you have one strawberry in a one container was spoil, it not take not for rest of them for go bad
Yep.
instantly.
Mm-hmm.
That is the power of the company that you keep.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is the
Perfect
power of that.
example.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So we guys, we would have covered quite a bit tonight.
Yes.
When we talk about mindset and how it affects our money, how it affects our health, how it affects success or business, and pretty much every aspect of our lives. Um, going forward. So put on your be aware of your thoughts, be aware of the things that you're saying, and the moment something comes out that is negative, I think you did tell me, Jody, so you have a couple seconds to take it back.
Yeah. How much would it say? 12?
Something
Do
like
you
that.
remember? Yeah. But
I think.
really and truly, if you have a negative thought, if you can identify it, I realize that if you can go throughout a whole day in that, demeanor, if you go to the next day and it changed, that's great. That's self-awareness. Apart from the couple seconds, if you're really in our mindset and you're going through that mindset and for some reason you just can't change it and it took you a day, fine. But then if it once it passed one day, if you're continuing with that same mindset for days, then that's when you need to really check the thought and check yourself and
Yeah.
and probably meditate too. That's another thing that people probably don't
Mm-hmm.
even do, especially in probably in our country. But a lot of
Yeah.
people now are aware of meditation and just
Meditation and yeah.
going in. Yes. So I recommend that if there's a time where you feel some type of way and it's like for the whole day and it all gone over in a 2 day, find a quiet space and
Mm-hmm.
just sit
Mm-hmm.
down and look up some material. I mean, I talk about that too with my mindset workshops on how to meditate and how to
Mm-hmm.
go within. A lot
Yeah.
of us don't know this too. Sometimes someone will think I didn't me to think of voodoo. My father, I know you're wrapping up, Christina, but
Mm-hmm.
my father was someone who was very spiritual when I was young and I didn't understand it. And it took me until now to actually
Mm-hmm.
realize what he was going through. And he used to meditate and he used to read
Mm-hmm.
a lot of books. And it's just the other day, me have a conversation with my father. And me said, Daddy, me get what you did I do. I understand what
Mm-hmm.
you did I do. I see it now. I see it.
Yeah.
My father was one of the calmest, most loving and peaceful person. Never bother my father. I used to think that my father was a superhero. When you're young, I usually think your parents are yeah, because he was just that type of person. I mean, my mom,
Mm-hmm.
but him did just, and he meditated a
Chill.
lot. Yeah. So meditation is also a thing that we need to learn and understand and
Yeah.
practice on a daily basis because that really help you to deal with the outside loud noise of the
Yeah, that
outside.
is true. That is
Yes,
true. And a
yes,
lot of us, if we would have learned these kind of coping mechanism, the depression what
oh,
we feel on a day-to-day basis, the anxiety, the stress, a lot of us we
yes,
wouldn't experience these things and the illnesses then we draw down for ourselves
yes,
because of these things. If we learn how to cope through prayer, through meditation, when you're in a certain
affirmation.
mood, turn on the
Yeah,
music, change your mood, do
yes,
something
change it.
fun to take your mind off of
Yes,
whatever it is
yes,
that you're
yes,
experiencing at the moment. Go have a
absolutely.
girls' day out or a girls' night out or
Yeah,
do something
do
else.
something to change the way
To
you
yeah,
feel.
to shift the mindset, to shift the heavy feeling. And I mean,
Mhm.
and this is not us now saying heavy feeling different from gut feeling, Gut feeling is something when is something inside of you talk to you and you have to
Yes,
follow it.
yes, yes.
Right? That is something that is different. We're talking about the heavy, dreary feeling the way we that
Just
feeling is
overcome your
different.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
you don't know what it is. It's just like a feeling
Yeah.
where just come over you yet out of
Mm-hmm.
nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, try to
Yeah.
shake it
That
off.
feeling no, that negative feeling, you have to change that, right? When you
Yeah, it's
have
like
gut
you're in a
feeling or
mood.
intuition, that's different. Yeah. You
Yeah,
follow that. You follow through that because that your spirit attack
yeah.
to you until you say something right. right?
Yes, yes, yes,
So that
yes.
is different. But mindset, guys, it is so mindset is so spiritual, and it
It is.
intertwine with everything as it relates to being that spiritual being, because we are all spiritual
We
being
are.
in a physical body, right?
Yes, we are.
Um and so mindset is spiritual. And so you have to think. And when we talk about spiritual, as Jody mentioned, we're not talking about no voodoo and no witchcraft. Because
No.
people tend to, when you talk about spirituality and then something like that, them thing that kind of come to mind.
Yes, we get
But the
religious.
faith, yeah, then get kind of, certain type of way.
Yeah.
But it goes beyond that. And your mindset truly matters. How you
Mm.
think, how you feel on a day-to-day basis really attracts what is happening in your lifestyle, whether you believe it or not. It's
Yes,
happening. You understand?
yes,
Whether you believe
yes.
in a gravity or not, the force exists. You
It
understand?
does.
Whether you, yeah, and that's just the reality of it. And I tell the kids all the time. Sometimes they will ask me, "How do I know that God exists? I may never see Him, right?" And I say, "Do you believe the wind exists? How do you know that the wind exists? Them can feel
Exactly.
it.
You feel it.
I said,
Yes.
can you see the wind? No, you can't see the wind, but can you see evidence that the wind is there? You see the trees blowing, you can
Yeah.
feel it. Right? I said, that's how I
Yes.
know God exists. That's how you
Yes.
know that certain things exist, right? Because you
Yes.
can feel it. There's evidence
Exactly.
of it moving around and so on. And so when you give these kind of examples, it kind of make it more practical for people, because
Yeah.
humans tend to be very visual. And if they can't see it with their physical eye, them have a hard time understanding it.
And
And
everything that
so
is visual, that is only the end result. How it
that
come
is it.
into the visual, it started first from the unseen before
Yes,
it became seen.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. And
So
and then when we look at everything that is around us, if you look on how one house bill, somebody that have to think about it in their mind first, It was just a thought
idea,
first.
yes, I thought exactly
Oh, one plane
before it.
reaching the sky. It was a thought first.
Yes, yes,
Before it could actually manifest, before somebody could actually create it, it was a thought. Everything around us was just a thought that humans created, and use the resources where God gave them to make it.
yes, to put it together
It is just a
exactly.
thought. Yeah,
So
yeah. God
everything
created us to be creators. And so if
yes,
it is a culture, is a society that would have changed our thoughts, because God created us to be creators,
yes, yes,
innovators, and give you the
yes,
resources them, and so if you go use it, make the world, use it, and multiply and create stuff. That was
exactly.
His command to us, right? But
Yes.
somewhere along the line, through schooling, through society, they have put us in a box
Mm-hmm.
and trap us in a box. And so we just think that, like the little ticks them when they put in the jar, we can only jump they have the ability to jump very high, but because
Further.
them in the
Yes.
jar, they only train to jump to yes. So if you open the lid of the jar, they still jump to yes.
Yeah.
Even though they have
What
the
a
ability
thing.
to jump here.
What a
Mindset.
thing. Yes.
Mindset.
We need
Yeah.
we and these are the things that and you know, Christina, when some people hear what how we're taught now, it there's a truth to it. And when some people hear it, when you hear truth, you just it just becomes your truth automatically. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's like you recognize and you identify with what we're
Yes.
saying. If that's you, get on it. Get on it
Mm-hmm.
right now. Do
Mm-hmm.
not be a consumer. Do not be a consumer. A consumer is somebody who is just living in lack and scarcity,
Yeah.
limiting yourself based on your limiting beliefs and thoughts. Become a creator. Become
Mm-hmm.
someone who is elevating and expanding and growing, right? Because that's what we are meant to do.
Yep.
But you won't know that unless you actually find yourself knocking heads with people who are willing to show you that and pull that out of you, like
Mm-hmm.
Christine and
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Guys, when I tell you that this business opportunity is not just about making money, It is far more. The wealth of knowledge that we gain in this. Yes, if you lose every dollar where you earn or every dollar where you ever make in your life, you don't have to fret because you have the mindset to make it back.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
that is priceless in itself. If you can gain that, the knowledge and the know-how of how to think, how to attract, how to do certain things, that far more valuable than the money itself, you know.
It is. It
And
is.
that
It
is what we gain from this business opportunity. So it's not just about coming into opportunity because they want an extra dollar. Yeah, we know say want an extra dollar. That attract all of we in it. We all of we did want an extra dollar because we that suffer and want ends to meet. Right? But after we come in and discover what this opportunity is about, yeah, at that time that we truly see them, and that keep we in there. That is what makes
yeah.
us stay. We came in for the money, but we stay for everything else.
Yes. Because money, you can make money, but if you don't learn how to keep it and learn
Mm-hmm.
how to multiply it and learn how
Yep.
to help other people,
Mm-hmm.
that is what will cause you to be successful, and abundant and prosperous and happy.
Yep.
It's not just about the money, but learning how the money can work
Mm-hmm.
for you. And this is why people are going to be stuck in survival mode and working the 9 to 5 forever, because
Yep.
you are so focused on getting the money. Money is a tool. Learn how to make the
Mhm.
money work for you so that it can work for you without you lifting a finger. And
Yep.
that in turn
Yep.
is you learning how to think, learning how money works, learning how the laws of the universes work, and learning how to help others. That is
Mhm.
it.
And as you mentioned that learning how to help others, guys. If you're
Yes.
selfish, you're not going to do well in this opportunity. If you're a selfish person, I understand that if you're a selfish person by nature, you're not going to reach far either because you're attracting that selfishness that you have. If you are about helping people to achieve what they want to achieve, automatically the universe is going to give you what you want. And that
Mm-hmm.
is how this business opportunity works. Because in
Yeah.
helping business partners, in helping others, you help yourself. Automatically, it just help you without you having to think about yourself. If you are helping others, you automatically help yourself. And that is it. When you come on to doing this kind of business that we are in, I love it. I love it. The
Yeah.
community that we have, the support team that we have, the coaching, the training. Trust me, you get a whole
Amazing.
package. You can't ask for more. I don't think you can ask for more than when you get into this business. Yeah, the type of coaching that we get and the training that we get, second to none, first class.
And the foundation of our business was built on love and helping people. The story
Mhm.
that our the co-founders of our business is as a result of them wanting to help other people, which is why this business has been around for as long as it is and going strong, because they
And
were
it's
all about
growing so
serving.
rapidly.
Yes, because they were all about the people first. If you're all about people and serving people, you can't run out of money. Money will just come to you and work feel like nothing, because you are serving others, you're putting others before you. And love is the highest frequency. Love is the frequency of
Yes.
God Himself. We were all
Mhm.
created out of
Mhm.
love. So if you are operating under that frequency, anything where you want, money, this, that, what it's all yours. You're just gonna attract it automatically because you are operating under love. And
Yep.
that's what we do,
Mhm.
that's what we do.
Mhm.
And that's why we're trying to make say, if you're all about wanting to make more money, you need to have something that you're offering to help people. You can't make
Yes.
money by yourself. You can't have a business by yourself.
No.
Nobody's an
Can't
island,
run by yourself.
which is why you work a 9 to 5, because you do that by yourself. But where is that getting you? Nowhere. But if
Mhm. Mhm.
or you go, if you go by yourself, or you go, Christina, you go further when you go together. But if you I can't remember how it go.
I know what you want to say, but I don't know to put it in words.
Yeah, you go further
Only
when you
good.
go together, but when you go by yourself, you not go far. Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. You capture the essence of what you want to say.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and that's the truth because when you have company, they are rap together and a chat and you go the distance and never realize. But when you're there
Yes.
by yourself, it seems a far journey.
Yes, that's true. But I mean, the
Hmm.
way all the universe work to, it interlaps. Everybody
Yeah.
is connected by the energy
Yep.
field.
Yep.
So
One.
yes, we're all one.
Oneness. Yep.
That's a law. Them need
Hmm.
to write the book. What the book name will have the laws of the universe.
Yeah,
I
them
forgot
have the
what the
14 laws of the one book named the 14 laws of the universe. They have
yes,
several of them out there that
yes.
speaks about the laws of the universe.
Anybody who is watching this live, get that book. Learn the laws of the universe and understand the principles and how it works so you can make it work for you. Because
Yeah.
if you are the type of person that want to go further in life, you can't go without people and you have to
Hmm.
willing to help people. But then someone we want to know, where do we start? How do I get involved with something that can help people? Get involved in a
Yep.
business like this that's already
Yep.
established, already have people, already have
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
resources and the tools that can
Yeah.
help you to make the money work for you. Money goes to an idea, and money
Hmm.
goes to systems that work in order to
Yeah.
serve people. This is
Yeah.
why people scam, People who can't bother with helping people. Them just want to get the one money, the one time from one
Hmm.
person, and
Hmm.
then move on to the next. Because they're not all about helping people. They don't have a
Yeah.
system in place. They're not offering a service. So that is why
Hmm.
people get scam. But when you go into a community that's willing to help you to build, and it's all about people first, and all
Yeah.
about teaching you and community and love, you can't go wrong. You
Yeah.
cannot go
And then I
wrong.
mean, you don't have to go and reinvent the wheel. It's already created. We already have a proven system that works.
We
We have
do.
over
We
200
do.
and what, 60,000 people in here right now, and it
Yes.
grows on a
Oh,
daily
yes.
basis. We have people coming in this business opportunity and it has been working. We have a system of work already. We're telling you about something that has been working,
Yeah.
that we have proven for ourselves. See Jody here in front of you. She's already retired 2 years into the opportunity. And there are many other people who would have been
Many.
in the opportunity, buying houses, buying cars, doing a whole bunch of stuff through this business opportunity. And I
Yeah.
mean, even if this is not your dream, use it as a stepping stone towards your dream. Maybe you
Yeah.
have a dream of owning something different. Probably you want to go in a real estate or you want
Yeah.
to own one bakery or something else is your passion. Use this to fuel it.
Yes.
And you can really
Yeah.
step into whatever your dream is. I mean, the, the, the possibilities are just endless if you
It
think
is.
about it.
It is endless. Once you find the right people, and you have the right resources, and you have the right mindset, it's like the opportunity just open one next door, and that opportunity
Yeah,
open one next door, and it's like you're like,
yeah,
wow, you
yeah.
know.
How did I get here? Hmm.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
even with me, I think about it, and I'm thinking about what I'm doing now with this business, and what it's allowing me to do with other things that
Hmm.
I aspire to do and helping people. I don't know
Yeah.
if I would have been able to do that or think that way if I came into this. Maybe if me didn't do something else. I don't know. But when you take a
Hmm.
chance on yourself and believe in
Yeah.
yourself, it allows you to see the bigger picture and
Yes,
go
yes.
further and go farther and grow and
Hmm.
elevate. Yes, it
Yeah, that
does.
is true.
It does.
Well, guys, we have been on one
Oh, and
hour
a half.
35 minutes. Yes. But it has been very good discussion. I
Yes,
really
yes.
enjoyed this talk. Anytime is mindset. I'm always lit.
Me too.
And I know that is also a topic. Yeah, that's also a topic that Jody is passionate about. And so you
Yeah.
will find us talking all 2 more hours straight and just everything that
True.
ties into mindset because it is a broad topic.
It
And
is.
it is amazing. If we're supposed to draw some of the books then we read and tell you some of the things then that we have learned about mindset through this business opportunity, you will be blown away.
Yeah.
Because it blow we away when we just learn it. Oh my God.
I'm
When we read
telling
this
you.
something, then, man,
And still, it still is. It still
yep,
is. It's
it
it's
still blow you
amazing.
away. And I mean, you will read the context of a book two, three times, and it still blow you away because it's like every time you read it, you see something you never did see the first time.
Yes. Yes.
Um, and
Yes.
so it is amazing, guys. And we want to challenge you. If you not even want to take it from we, go buy two book, go buy two mindset book and read it. Or if you don't like to read, go and listen to a mindset podcast or a YouTube video that has to do with mindset and start
Yeah.
researching how your thinking and your thoughts truly shape your reality, how it affects you and everything in your surrounding, in your life.
Yeah.
And see how best you can change it. Change your mindset, change your life. Trust me. People
Yeah.
always use the cliche term change from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. A lot of people don't know what a growth mindset is
Mm.
because they're just hearing it, but they don't really understand what it means.
Yes.
All of what we've been telling you tonight comes under growth mindset, being open to change and learning and rewiring your brain, how you think,
Yes.
removing some of the paradigms that your culture and your family and your friends would have created in your mind, the limiting beliefs. Change them. We can change them. You have the power to change them just by what you're thinking. Saying the affirmations, start there. Start there. Start talking to yourself positively. Just start there, son. If you don't want to talk, write it down. Write it down in your phone to yourself. Send yourself one nice text. And so on. Flirt with yourself then. As you yeah, do that. Start there with your mind and watch it transform your life. Tonight has truly been an awesome, awesome night, awesome
It
discussion.
has.
Thank you so, so very much, Jody, for joining me tonight and
Absolutely.
sharing all your knowledge and expertise with us.
Yes.
And thank you to the guests who are joining. If you joined us, you can say something in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, you can always hashtag replay. Let us know that you would have seen us. Let us know if you can relate to anything that we would have said during this live. And and of course, I mentioned it before at the beginning. I'm going to mention it at the end. Coach Jody here does workshop. She's doing work. Please sell your business, ma'am. Your side also.
Yeah. I
She's
mean,
doing mindset workshops.
yeah, it's something that I really do take pride in because I realize that a lot of people need help with their mindset. If I could have recognized that I needed to work on my mindset from earlier, that would have
Yeah,
been great, but a lot of us don't know that, right? So I
yeah.
am willing to be the voice in the wilderness crying out, saying, "Work on your mindset. I'm here to help you."
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to know or learn about their abundance, how they can embark upon opportunities, how you can identify what your purpose is, how you can change your mindset and change it to a growth mindset, how you can create opportunities, and so many other things. I will drop the link to my one-on-one workshop. I dropped it in the Instagram chat, so I'm gonna drop it here in the on the Facebook. Um,
Okay.
and feel free to reach out to me or send me a message if you really not understand what you're seeing in the link. It's pretty straightforward, but if you want to chat with me and ask me questions about it, feel free to send me a message. For those who are watching the replay, send me a message and I will be able to talk to you.
That's it, guys. So if you know you need to work on the mindset, you know that you're easily consumed by negative thoughts. If you face anxiety on a regular basis, fear, doubt, all of these things constantly plague your mind, consider signing up for the workshop.
Yes,
Work on your mindset, leaning to your spirituality and your positivity, your positive energy, and all of this, right? And I want to say all of these things intertwine with principles of the Bible. I'll tell you that. When you
all
go
the
through, it all aligns with the principles of the Bible. Because
time.
there's nowhere in the Bible that encourages negative thought. There's nowhere in the Bible that encourages doubt or fear.
Yes,
Um,
yes,
so once you are going down that kind of chain of thought, then you
yes,
definitely know that something have to shift, something have to change.
yes,
So yeah, reach out. And if you're interested in learning more about the business opportunity that we're talking about, then of course feel free, reach out to Jody, reach out to myself.
Yes.
We have a free webinar that you can watch to get more information. And come on in, explore it for yourself. And you too can change your mindset through that avenue as well. So you're having two different opportunities here to change your mindset. Come and explore it.
Yeah, something I forgive no man. Something I forgive.
Yep,
Come out of the survival mode and come
yep,
into the life of abundance that is truly meant for you. Tap into it. You don't know how to tap into it. Reach out to myself or Christina and we will help you.
yep. That's it. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure, pleasure, pleasure having you all. Have yourselves a great rest of night. Bye.
Bye bye.